Now, Simon Calder joins us as well. He's travel correspondent at The Independent. And let's talk, Simon, about the new EU border checks that we've heard so much about for so many years, delayed and delayed and delayed, delayed. Now they have actually come into force. What are they and what will they mean for us here in the UK?
Yes, very exciting times here, exactly as we requested. And this, of course, goes back to Brexit, because we knew that the entry-exit system would be coming along. We negotiated to be third country nationals, and starting yesterday, we began to get exactly what we asked for. And this is what you find at Prague Airport, which is the biggest airport where you are seeing these checks going ahead. You get off the plane, you see all these tall kiosks scattered almost randomly around the airport. You go up to one, you put your passport in with the with the business page about who you are and all that sort of stuff. It then comes up with a picture and your birthday, and it says, "Is this you?" And you say, "Yes, sorry about the photo." And then you get on and you do the you get a proper facial biometric. Then you have to scan the 4 fingers of your right hand, then your left hand. Then you're asked a whole bunch of questions about whether you've got enough money. €66 a day in cash they want, or a credit or debit card, accommodation, a return ticket, and travel insurance. Then, well, once you've cleared all that, and I timed it as about 3 minutes it took me, you then go and do the check actually in the old analogue way, with an actual person sitting there having a look at your passport and saying, right, okay, I'm going to stamp this passport. So it's double red tape. That will continue until April.
And the key thing here is, I mean, different countries in Europe are implementing it differently. Obviously, most people in Britain, they travel to Spain, they travel to France, but particularly in the summer. This has been done in the autumn, nice bit of time to get it done. But I could understand, like, oh, well, let's bring it in slowly. And there's when we haven't got huge numbers of people travelling. And now I'm going to have to interrupt. I do apologise, Simon Calder. We're going to have to leave that there, because I think Donald Trump is actually now about to speak, long-awaited speech in the Knesset, in the Israeli parliament. So we're going to have to leave that. I do apologise. Hopefully we'll try and come back to you. But let's go straight live now to Israel.
אני מתכבד להזמין כעת את ראש האופוזיציה, חבר הכנסת...
Not actually speaking yet. I'm not quite sure what the delay is. There's been so many different people. In fact, right, let's go back. Is Simon Calder still there? Can we go back to Simon Calder?
Yeah.
Simon, I do apologise. I've got the footage up. Basically, I mean, pretty much everybody in the world is speaking before Donald Trump. There we are. Apologies for that. I can understand, bringing it in gradually over a period, because it was supposed to come in just before the Paris Olympics. The French went, oh, no, let's not do that, and upset all our American visitors. So here's the thing. We're not going to be... It's not just aimed at us. It's aimed at anyone. If you're not in the EU, then you have to do that, or in the the other other countries that they allow. You're not going to do this. But is it going to be the same every single time? Or once you've done your biometrics, will you get to go in a different queue, so you're not queuing behind an entire family with 8 kids who next July are doing it for the first time?
No, it's going to be slightly easier. So the thing, Julia, that I think people find really awkward and perhaps intrusive is fingerprinting. That's something we've not typically done. Of course, if you've been to the US, you've probably had your fingerprints taken on arrival there. But it's awkward, it's difficult, but you should only have to do it once, because once they've got Julia Hartley-Brewer's fingerprints stored and your facial biometric, they say, we know who that is. And even if you turn up with a new passport, we'll say, that's Julia. Her passport photo really doesn't do her justice, but it's very nice to see her. And you will just get the facial biometric check. So probably fingerprints only once, but no extra queues. You are going to have a 2-tier system where EU nationals, including Irish passport holders, speed through, and the rest of us join up. And I've been picking out where the worst queues are going to be. I predict Paris Charles de Gaulle between 5:45 and 6 a.m. You've got 9 wide-bodied flights coming in from right across the world, with mostly people who will need to go through these checks.
And that's good. Now, different countries implementing it differently. We know also ports are going to be one of the bigger problems, because there's a limit in the amount of space, and we've seen when the French decide not to put too many customs officers on their passport office on their side, that's when we get difficulties. But people have been told to wait, expect to wait up to 4 hours in these queues initially?
Well, there's all kinds of warnings. The Port of Dover says, yep, we're going to get, we've invested lots of time and money in this, and we're going to do it right. But Dover at the moment, starting yesterday afternoon, is just weird. If you're on a coach, you go to Dover Western Docks, no ferries from there anymore. You go into a building, a bit like a big shed. You do your biometric thing, you get back on the coach, it is then sealed, and then in the manner of driving through East Germany between West Germany and West Berlin, the coach proceeds magisterially through the town of Dover. Nobody can get on or off, and then you go through the normal stuff when you get to the ferry. So it's going to be quite lively. Every port, there's 1,800 frontier points in the Schengen area. All of those have to do things, but they can all do them a bit differently.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it? It's going to take a while. But I was just hoping that, OK, once you've done it once, whether or not the rest of your Britain and America have done it, once you've done it once, can you then join a quicker queue? You don't have to go and...
all that's going to happen is that that you will... You might be able to speed past the people who, for the first time, are filling
doing their biometric. That's the thing, is if you've done it, I was wondering, we travel a lot. Oh, is it going to be worth it? Do we all just, try and do a quick trip over while it's quiet, get it done, and then next time you're travelling, it'll be fine. But not an option for most people, but a lot of people who travel for business, it might be a big deal. But again, if only we could have someone to try and negotiate the peace between us and the EU. Here's the thing, though. We were told that with good relations with the EU, with under Keir Starmer, we wouldn't face any difficulties. But I'm sure this is all still, Nigel Farage, Boris Johnson, mine and every other Brexiteer's fault. But hey, don't want to be in the EU. This is the price. Here's the thing, though, Simon. If they don't want us to visit, maybe we won't visit anymore. That might be an issue for them. Simon Calder, travel correspondent at The Independent. Thank you very much.